Hello world and welcome to another installment of me wasting your time. I noticed you noticed that I'm dressed up like a princess. Single most unflattering thing I own. Apparently came up with like 12 pounds on or whatever. But I am at VBS right now. Dressed up like a princess. Because I can. I don't have to explain myself to you. Anyway. Oh, this topic is so not funny. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bullying. Bullying. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you my story. So from the time I was a freshman in high school, I was the only black chick, ethnic chick in my class. So, I mean, there were two guys, but they were both football players, and nobody ever messes with the football players. That's stupid. Anyway, about my junior year, there was this kid, and he was well known for being a white supremacist. And it was kind of jerky, but, I was used to it. And he would just give me dirty looks whenever he'd see me, and it was nothing I couldn't shrug off. But after a while, that began name calling, and the name calling turned into pushing me around, and even worse name calling, to the point where I came home crying every night and locked myself in my room and didn't want to speak to anybody. And then, I don't even remember what he said one day, but it pushed me over the edge, and I wanted to stop. Somehow along the way, I had tricked myself into thinking I deserved to be treated like that. And I know I don't. Well, now I know that, but I don't. I didn't do anything to deserve that. But that's just how he was. But I was pushed over the edge, and I wanted to die. So when I came home, that was the only day I don't think I came home crying from him after I started that. So I came home, not a tear, and I told everyone I loved them and went downstairs. And I just locked myself in my room, and I paced about for a bit, and then I went into the bathroom, and I grabbed a bottle of pills. And I went into my room, and I sat down, and I set them out on my counter, and I just stared at them for hours and hours and hours. And then my phone rang, right as I grabbed them. And it was my best friend. And he was having a bad day, and he just needed someone to talk to. And so I sat there and I talked with him. I talked to that kid for 3 hours. That was like our first really long conversation on the phone when we weren't texting. So, like, I put the pills away, and I just talked to him about everything under the sun. Holy speak of the devil, I just got a Snapchat from him. Anyway, so I put the pills away, and we talked about everything under the sun, except for what I was going to do. Because I didn't need to do it anymore. At that moment, I knew that that kid needed me, and I have no idea why he needed me, but he needed me, and I was going to live for him. If I was going to live for anything, for anybody, it was going to be for that kid, because for some godforsaken reason, he needs me, and I will never know why. But right, that at that moment was what was keeping me alive, is knowing that that kid needed me. So all this bullying stuff needs to stop, and it needs to stop soon, because I'm sick and tired of losing friends over it. Last year I lost 3. They killed themselves because they didn't even let on, and I should have been the first to notice, but they didn't let on that they were upset. They didn't let on that they were being bullied. They didn't let on that anyone was saying anything to them, and I wish to God that I could help them. I wish I could have helped them. But I didn't know, and if I'd have known, I would have helped them. So I'm not losing anybody else. I will not lose anybody else. Nobody deserves that, okay? Nobody. I don't care how tall they are, how short they are, what they look like, if they're chubby, what their sexual orientation is. I don't care what their parents did. It needs to stop. That has nothing to do with you. If you think it affects you, then you need to walk away. Because nobody deserves that. That will be the end of the human race. I swear. People are doing... I don't understand. But if you're being bullied, you need to say something to someone. If you have nothing or no one to say anything to, then you can message me on here, and I will talk to you. I will be there for you. But you need to get help. You don't have to go through this alone. There's always someone around to help, I promise. So, that's all, guys. Sorry for the morbid topic. But I didn't really have a question for you guys, because it would have been a really depressing question. So I'm gonna lighten the mood and ask, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Mine is chocolate chip cookie dough, because I love the little chunks of cookie dough in them. It's just like the best part of ice cream ever. And then if you can like smother it in chocolate fudge. It's so good. Anyway. Bye guys. See you next week. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter.